How should we know? Okay, we are live now. Yay! Welcome everyone in our second live streams. We are so excited for a wonderful topic that we have picked today. Um, let's see who can watch us. Okay, I hope people to join more. So maybe we can just start. I'll introduce myself. My name is Arun Ketwas. I'm from Delhi, and we have a sister Kolu.
Yes,
Could,
Sister
could
Pravalika.
you, yeah. Okay, she's from Rajmundry, and we are here, and we have some brothers who is taking care of slide and other stuff. So his name is Ravi Kishore Ramli from Rajmundry, and we all are member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay, so yes, so before we introduce the topic. I'm so excited for discussing this because it is like very common and important lesson that we are gonna discuss. So this will be like a discussion. So I want everyone like who is watching us through this live. We ask everyone to just hi Santosh. Thank you so much for joining. We'll just ask everyone to comment or share your thoughts what you are thinking about when we ask anything questions or whenever you feel something to share you are welcome to share. Okay, and yeah, so we'll start with our slide which is here. Okay, casual versus careful. So today we are going to talk about casual versus careful, and it will be a normal discussion. We are not here to teach you guys because we are just a human. We are learning. We all learn together. Okay, this is live session. We are just uh, discussing things. Okay, so okay. So first one is, can we move the okay? Yeah. So the casual versus careful, and you guys can see a beautiful tree and the thing, right? So I'll just ask simply to ask sister Kolu, like what do you feel about this tree, or what do you what comes in your mind when you see this tree?
While I was saying this tree, I was just remembering how beautiful the one side of the tree is and how withered away the other side of the tree. Because the green leaves make it more good. And I think that half part of the tree is more nourished, and the other half is like it's not even nourished with anything, not even like some of the water. So, yeah, that is what I feel, Arun. What do you feel about it?
Yeah, even I also feel the same that the half part is nourished well and it was watered regularly and it has greenery, and the other part is like dried and the leaves is fall down and all those things. So, like it wasn't taken care of, right? So I
I
could
was
I could
just
also
remembering.
relate this. You're
Yeah.
saying something. Sorry.
No, no, no. I was just saying yes.
Yeah. Yes. So we'll just. I have seen that this was like more carefully. They have just taking care of the tree, and then the different one is like just a casual. Okay, let it be, or it is like leaving things behind or leaving things that okay, let it be, and whatever you gonna do, just do it like that. So we have seen that being careful is like when we are being careful with others or with ourselves, we have seen that uh, a greenness that just like a tree, or we have seen that the motivations things that comes when we are more careful with others things. So
Yeah.
yeah.
When you were saying this, Arun, I was like thinking how much nourishment would have the, you know, tree would have had, like the sunlight it received or water it received, the ground. Every little thing it matters for the tree to grow, right? I was
Yeah,
just kind of comparing this with our own life. If we are casual about our life and if we are not taking care of anything in our own life, even we would be same like the other half of the tree, the casual tree. But
yeah,
if we are taking care of little things like our family relationships or our friendships, I think we would blossom like that tree is blossoming there. So
Wow.
what do you feel about this specific quote, Arun? Like, there is no right way to do the wrong thing.
Yeah. So I feel like, the next one, right? So I feel
Yeah,
like that when we do wrong things and when we feel like, okay, this is the right thing that we are gonna do, and then in the future we realize that we have taken a wrong step in our life, you know, and then we realize, okay, we shouldn't have taken that step, and we, you know, if we have, if you like we if we wouldn't have taken that step, we would be in a different place, or in a different scenario that we are in, right? So being careful with the taking a small and simple steps will help us to understand what is our purpose and what we have to do and what things we need in our life. So those are like simple things, but I, as the quote says that, uh, there is no right way to do wrong things. So we have seen that when we take wrong steps in our life, we feel like, okay, this is the right step that we are taking, but in the end we realize that this is not the right step that we have taken. So yeah,
that's, that's so
your
true.
thought.
Yeah, when when I was just, wow, that's a nice one, brother. Jason Ambrose. Casualness leads away from achieving our goals. That's
Yeah,
really true. That's
yes,
what we were about to, say this. So when I was reading this quote, I was remembering some of my friends. They were kind of saying like, I want to attend institute. They get ready, but we all gather up together to just hang out for a while outside. So it is a part of doing a wrong thing in a right way. We tell to our parents that we are going for institute, but then if we are
yeah,
casual with the part institute, then that is how we are, going to the wrong destinations in life. That is what I feel.
that's true. That's true. And when we feel like, what if our parents comes to the place where we are hanging out with our friends, we will be like caught up, right? And it will be in a wrong scenario that we go into. So yeah, that's true. So thank you so much, Jason, for joining and sharing your thoughts, and I totally agree with your point as well. And yeah, the next one is very similar and very important, that we have. So I'll read this small quote and then we'll discuss on this. Huh? Are we careful in our Sabbath day service and in our preparation to partake of the sacrament each day? So this is the question that we want to discuss, and I would like to ask our people who are watching. Please share your thoughts. Are we more careful, and how can we be more careful in our sacrament meetings? Those kind of questions that you can answer into the comments. So, what do you feel about this, Pravlika?
Yeah, maybe I think some of our friends have joined, right? I think we could
Yeah,
ask them.
sure.
Brother Prince, are you there? Maybe you can just type out your comment of how careful we should be in our Sabbath day worship and how we prepare to partake of the sacrament. Even Sister Rathur or Sister Vidhi, we have a lot of people, our friends watching us. So if you want to comment, how you're feeling about the certain question, you can comment there. Personally, what I felt is while the sacrament is going on, one day I received a text from my friend, and then I kept on seeing those texts, but I was not able to concentrate on that important event of sacrament. And after that, I felt really bad at my heart. Like, why did I do that? It is just a little thing. One little text has kept me, in that feeling of not feeling the spirit. So, all
Yeah,
those little things of being casual will, drag us away from something good that we really want to have. So, what can we do in such situations, Arun? What do you think? How can we prepare ourselves?
that's true. I totally agree with your point, and also what I feel is like, going to church early, or like a 15 minutes or maybe a 10 minutes early to the sacrament hall, and we sit quietly and feel the spirit that has into the church buildings. And when we feel those kind of spirit, we prepare ourselves to partake of the sacrament, and we remember our week, like how well our week was, and what, and we see that how Heavenly Father helped us and His hand in our life. And I really like Sister Rathor's comment. She said that we should not use social media while sacrament are going on. You know, so when these meetings are going on, we should avoid our phones. Uh, so we can feel the spirit, and we can listen the prayer that going while sacrament, and then we should realize how Jesus Christ and his sacrifice and his love has showed to all of us, and we should be thankful in those things. And then and I
Yeah.
would like to ask Jason, what is like be intentional about sacrament. So what do you say, what does it mean about this intentional? Okay. Um,
Yes, Brother Prince, we told your name. Like we saw you watching the live and we were just
yeah.
kind of asking you like what good things did happen for the sacrament meeting.
Yes. Thank you so much for showing this comment. Sister Rathor has mentioned a beautiful comment that we should not use social media while sacrament. Yeah. So, Jason, we are just waiting for your comment. Please explain what do you mean about this comment, and then we have one person who can share any experience about sacrament. How do you feel? I remember one of the story of my sisters, Shima Ketwas has shared, which was when she was very new to the church, and she was attending sacrament, and then she was started using WhatsApp, and she was replying to a message to somebody, and then beside of her, some one of her friend was sitting, and she politely asked her to not to use her phone during the sacrament. And then she realized that how much important was sacrament, and she should listen to prayer, and she should prepare for the sacrament. And then from that time till now, she is like very careful with the sacrament meetings and the second hour class as well. 2 hours for the church is very important for us. We are giving to the Lord, and uh, we are learning a lot of things when we are focusing on the talks, when we are focusing on the lesson that we are prepared, or teachers are prepared for giving the lessons. We should be very careful for those things, so we can learn and we can hear the message of Heavenly Father, what He has for us. Yes,
When
attending section meeting, having the right purpose in mind. Okay, that's. Thank you so much, Jason, for saying
when
that.
you were
Yeah.
saying this, Brother Arun, about Sister Seema's experience, I was wondering how we all could be like that one sister who texted her. I don't know who that sister is, but then when we really care for our friend, no, we try to pull them back into the path that we are in, rather than
Yeah.
just simply saying that he doesn't change or he will be the same, not giving up on them, but then at least try to bring them back to the path. And they are not casual, like that friend whoever sent her, who have sent the text to Sister Seema, is not casual about what Sister Seema is doing. Rather than she is focused and she is concerned about her friend, and she wanted to have the same spirit as she is feeling right now. And
Yeah,
that's great.
that's true.
What happened to Deepanshu? I saw him at the beginning of live.
Yeah, I think he's joining right now, and the next slide will be his, like he can explain more than us, because he is having those experience right now. So please go ahead the next slide, and then we'll have Dipanshu to share it. You are
We are
muted.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kolu, that you mentioned my name. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm glad. I thought just Arun just forget about me.
No,
Okay,
no.
yeah. And I like the one comment with the Jason Ambrose. my dear friend, he mentioned attending a sacrament is really important. I mean, we should attending a sacrament meeting having the right purpose in mind. So the one thing that I understood here that we should evaluate our whole week before the Sunday, right? And then once we go there on the sacrament meeting, we can feel the spirit. We can know why I'm here and what should I do. Uh, I'm audible to you all?
It. I think you should turn off the earphone. I guess that was noisy. Just try to normal audio. Oh, he went. Yeah.
Arun, can you hear me?
Yes. Now it is clear.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so the one thing that I just want to say that yeah, that we should evaluate ourselves and we should have a right purpose going to the sacrament meeting. I have one experience. Is it's not about the religious sacrament. It's all about the having any meeting in church. So there's a one funny incident happened. We were in the institute, and so we were sitting in the circle on the table, and there's one of the YSA. He was focusing in the institute, and along with that, he was trying to download the movies in his phone. So what happened? He was using his phone, so people won't know that what he's doing. We were thinking that he's using the gospel library, and then and the website he was using for downloading the movie, the website just got a ad, and ads. The sound was really loud, and we all just got so, hey bro, what are you doing? And he said, oh, no, no, it's just like, like, oh, listen, calm down, you can just remove that website, don't worry. So what happened there, when he was downloading the movie, just because of the ad, just because of the action, the things which he was doing there, we all lost the track, we all lost the spirit for a moment. And it's about us that it's in our hand to have the spirit in the class. But sometimes the small things will happen in our life, then we will in a moment that we will lose something. So that moment lost all of the spirit, and we the time went in a funny way. So we should be very careful with our social media too. Like, social media is there for the positive and negative things, but we should be in positive. The gospel library is there, like when we can't carry the scriptures, the gospel library can help us. So there's a lot of positive way we should be considered in that. Thank you.
Arun, you are on mute.
Sorry. I was just saying, I just searched with this comment. It says that before taking the sacrament, we should forgive everyone if we have any wrong in our mind. So that is also important. Okay. So thank you so much, Vidhi, for mentioning your thoughts. Now we will have another slide which is on health. Let's go on. Okay. How are we treating our personal health? Okay, so I have seen and I have experienced many time in my life, like when we do our daily exercises, our health is more better than the the regular days that we don't go for a work or for a walk or jog and all. So Dipanshu left. I thought he gonna answer some of the
Yeah,
some of the tips that he started doing. Recently, he started going to gym and he is more careful with his health now. So I would
I
like
think
to
he
ask,
got that
if he
health and came.
yeah, if he can share his experience, what he feels.
Okay, Arun, did you mention about my health? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the one thing I understood, the 2 days back, Arun and I, we were going out, and then we was we're just talking something like, Arun, it's really hard for us to focus on our work, and whatever we do, we just get tired. Even we follow the word of wisdom, we don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't do anything such things like which is we addicted. But we feel like we the health is like something. The word of wisdom is not only just not taking those stuff, but word of wisdom is also we need to be very careful with our health, like what time should we wake up, what time we sleep, and what kind of food do we eat. Okay, I know it's just young age. I mean, I still consider myself young, like 20s. So in this time we can go and eat some outside food, but we should be very careful, like how much we are eating, how much our body needs, and how many times we are doing exercise. So something like we need to really careful with our health, and something like when we keep ourselves healthy, we can be more spiritual in our gospel. We can be more. We can strengthen somebody else. We can help someone in their own work. So we need to be very careful with our health. I know I'm not a good person to say this, but I'm trying to do my best to keep myself healthy. Try to wake up on time, go for gym, or maybe sometimes if I miss gym, I just go for a walk, and I do something which can strengthen my body.
Thank you so much, Dipanshu, for sharing it. And I also agree with your point. Like, we should not procrastinate our health. We should always take care of our health and eat healthy food. And I also like Akash's comment on the previous topic that he mentioned as being a priesthood brethren, being there on time and preparing a sacrament and performing our priesthood ordinances are also important. So thank you so much, Akash, for sharing wonderful insight for that topic. And yeah, and the next one is want to talk about education or the wisdom that we need to carry. So, Pravalika, would you like to share your thoughts on this?
Yeah. See, as if now I was seeing lot of our youth or YSs. Sometimes we get distracted by our careers, right? We just don't give heed to the spiritual career, rather than we focus on only our coding or our career, all these things. Because we want to get settled in life, we only just have that one goal of, okay, I need to do this job, I need to study this, I need to be on time, all these kind of things. But I feel like both of the educations are important, not just physical education but our spiritual education. That is the reason, like, God gave us seminaries and institutes for each and every age, and he has given many other classes for us to study. And while we kind of compare it with the technology that we have in our hand, we shouldn't be so casual while using technology. Lot of things come up, pop up. We need to be so careful of how we are using the media. It has all the good things, and it has also all the bad things. See, because of media, we are going to be on live, and we are going to, text and comment for our friends' comments. All these things are good things. Some of the good things that happen because of media, and it all matters of how we use media rather than just pointing out media, because we being youngsters, we do not focus on media much, right? So we kind of use it for a good cause, so our work purpose or any kind of thing. But instead, frankly speaking, from the past few days, I've been so addicted to reels. At night I only watch reels and sleep. That is so true, because I don't know, every food video or every kind of skincare video, all those things come. So I'll become so addicted to watch them and then sleep. So as I was just evaluating myself, I kind of thought, okay, this is having more place in my life than any other things. So I have reduced it 10 minutes at least. And then I have reduced it 20 minutes, because I know that it is even affecting my health. So, see, being casual about media or any kind of things uh, wouldn't bring that much good to us. We need to be careful in what we are really doing and how we are choosing, what we are choosing to see, what we are choosing to listen. All these things matter. Yes, Brother Dipanshu, I think you have something.
Yes, when you're saying right about the food and the skincare, it's just happening with me too. Like, it's depend if we get this kind of one reel which is really distracting. I know food is it's not a something that distract us, but when we watch these kind of things, it will come the same related to those. So what we can do here, we can follow some pages. Like we have a lot of youth page, our LDS page, and our follow press page. and some other pages. If we follow those things, if we get those kind of reels, and when we scroll down, is something that we can clean our social media with following some other pages which can help us to move forward in the gospel instead of just going away from the gospel. So we
Yeah,
should know what kind of pages we are following to. Yes, thank you.
that's true. Thank you so much for sharing, and we'll hear or like we will see what our leaders share about that, like education, how important education is. Okay. So remember, you are interested in education not just for mortal life, but for eternal life. You know, so the education and the wisdom is the only one that we are gonna take from this world. So we need to be very careful with the education where we have to take the education. This is not for only mortal life. This is not for the earthly life. We are taking this education and the wisdom for life to come. After this life, we gonna carry this same knowledge and wisdom. So we need to be very careful for this. Yeah, Pravalika.
Arun, when you were sharing this quote, I remembered one of the prophets. He said, if you don't have a degree, that's okay. You can be exalted without a degree. If you
Yeah.
don't have, if you don't do intermediate, still you can be with God. He mentioned to gain as much as education as possible, but those people who weren't able to have it, he said that's okay. That's where even our leaders have bought us this BYU pathway, which is a wonderful program for all those who have stopped their education or not able to afford for education, which offers a very less price for it. And see how the prophecies are being fulfilled. Yes, Deepanshu?
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm keep coming. So there's one thing. It's happened when I was in 12th class or maybe 11th. Our teacher he just mentioned one thing like why do we need education? And there's one guy he said like for money, we wanted to be rich. And then he said the teacher there's a lot of people they already rich and why they're still studying, and then he couldn't have any answer. And then I felt like he told me one thing that we need education to sustain ourselves in this society, not to be a rich person. So there's a lot of rich person. They have money. They are 2 3 generation can be in that, but they are still studying because they know when we study ourselves, when we educate ourselves, we know how to talk with the people. We know how to deal with those the problems we face in our life, and how we can sustain and how we can evaluate ourselves in this life. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dipanshu, for sharing it. And we are just come up in our conclusions. So we have some questions for our people who are watching us. So we can just show those questions and we can ask, or they can just reply on the comment, and we can discuss on those things, and then we'll close it with the invitation. So let's see. So what difference does bring careful bring in my life? Sorry, being. Let me read this sentence again. What differences does being careful brings in my life? So these are the questions that we want to ask to our audience who are watching right now, the participant that we have. So you guys can share your thoughts, and we can show those comments into that. Okay, and then the next question was, how can we being careful affect someone's life? So we have discussed, Dipanshu has discussed or share his thought on this. So you guys can also share your thoughts, and if you have any thought like Pravalika and Dipanshu, you guys welcome to share it. And the next one
Yeah,
is,
like
sorry.
one thing I just want to share this to our viewers. Whenever we are careful about every little thing that's happening in our life, some or the other way we are going to affect those who are around us also. So the little thing that we do in our life, it affects them. For example, in my family, if I do family prayer, if I ask them to do family prayer, it is going to affect all of them because they all will be included in the family prayer. And it's okay, Arun. And in a similar way, if I'm trying to lead my friends in a different path, that one decision that I took, because of me, they are going to have a different consequence. So just one choice it is going to affect. If we are being careful, things will work out in a very good way. If we are being careless because of that small thing, there will be some serious consequences. Sometimes we cannot even correct them in our life. So every little choice that you make, think about not only your life, those who are around you, it will affect them also.
That's why we always call we should set a great example, and this is the what we call like okay, not only us. There's a lot of people behind us who's watching us, and maybe just because our example they can learn, and that's why we have a great example which is Jesus Christ. If we know, if we follow Him, we can always be careful in our life.
Yeah, and we never know when we are changing somebody's life by showing our good examples, right? Thank you so much sharing that. And the last invitation for our people who are watching is, how are we planting seeds in our heart? Okay, so I have a scriptures that can help us to understand what is the seed means and how we can plant, and what are the things that we can do to to grow.
Yeah. But if
Yeah.
we will nourish the word,
Mhm. She was
yeah, I
reading.
was,
Okay.
yeah, I was, but if you will nourish the word, yeah, nourish the tree as it beginneth to grow by your faith with great diligence and with patience and looking forward to the fruit thereof, it shall take root, and behold, it shall be a tree springing up unto everlasting life.
So
So
what?
while I was reading this, those small seeds that you have showed it before, Arun. So
Mhm.
I feel like every small seed is like every little action that we are careful of. We are carefully planting that seed into a good ground, it will grow into a very beautiful tree. But if we are carelessly, recklessly throwing here and there all the seeds, if they fall on stony places, thorny places, it just dies, right? So
Yeah.
that small seed, maybe our faith, maybe our goodness, anything, when we nourish it with all the sunlight, protein, fertilizer, water, everything, it will grow into something good. That's so good. Thank you.
It's true. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Yeah, I totally agree and sustain that it is important that how we are taking care of the gospel and the word that we are learning in the church, how we are taking and how we are growing it, how we are nourishing it is important. Understanding and learning things is different, but keeping those things in our heart is very struggling. We struggle in those things. Enduring to the end is the most important thing that we have to do, and we have to carry those things in throughout our life so we can learn and we can grow through it. And yeah, thank you so much everyone for being here, and just
Sharing,
we just want
spending
to,
time with us.
yeah.
And and my dear friends, our dear friends, we just want, by on behalf of all of our team, we just want to thank you for your patience, and we invite you all to be more careful and not casual in each and everything of your life. Even we are trying to do that. We won't say that we are perfect in choosing always careful things, but this is a small invitation from our side to all of us, including us, to be more careful, and let's learn from each other, and let's follow the gospel with more carefulness, and let's listen to our prophet's word. Let's take part of sacrament wisely. Let's obey our parents. We have we have a very less time with them, so let's do all that we can for our loved ones, to be more careful in our words, in our thoughts, and in our actions.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much everyone. Yeah,
Thank you
and
so
Dipanshu.
and
much. We
please
love
yes,
you.
and please share this one to your friends whom you think they need this careful versus casual. I'm gonna share with my friend who was downloading the movie in the same situation.
And if
Yeah.
you have any questions also, you can just put them so that we can, do the next live on that specific questions. You're all welcome to share your questions and challenges. We would love to hear them and see them.
Yeah, and we want to see you guys into our lives, so we can, just like the Pancho joined us in the beginning or in between. So you guys can also join us. So let us know if you want to join, so we can prepare that, and we can ask you guys to join, and we can discuss, or you guys can also we can see on the live. So please let us know if you want to join us, so we can invite, like we can give you the invitation, and you can join us. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good
See
day
you
and a
all.
good
Have a good
week.
evening.
Love you all.
Thank you.
Bye bye.